Hi, welcome back. I just took like a short break after my previous recording session, so I don't know, should I do my intro again? Hello, I'm Via. We're continuing our Stray Gods the musical playthrough.
Pan!
And we just
I hope
finished
you're
with
here,
our Minotaur
'cause
task.
I don't know where else to look for you.
Of course I'm here, Grace. Where else would I be but amongst the trees and the wild things? I really must thank you, by the by. Asterion is simply over the moon, and he's
Oh, she's
already
mad.
repaid
We're
me
mad.
with this select tome from the reliquary.
You wanted a book?
That's why you did all this? Because you wanted some book?
Not just some book, but a tome from the forbidden depths.
I doubt Hecate would be pleased.
Oh, most assuredly not. Neither
What
would
is he
Athena,
up
which
to?
makes it
He's so
all the more
suspicious.
delicious. I trust you got what you needed. More grist for the mill of your innocence, as it were.
You knew I would. Ugh, I learned
It's
a
quite
lot.
the coincidence. The place you sent me just happens to be the place Calliope was attacked.
That is quite the coincidence. You must be very grateful.
It's just hard to trust a coincidence that big.
You have no reason to be suspicious. I know nothing of what happened to Calliope at the reliquary. I suppose the question at the heart of this is, do you believe me?
No, you're enjoying this. I'm trying to, not without proof.
Give me a reason to believe you, Pan.
You
I
want the
low-key want to do
ever-elusive
the
proof.
flirty option, but I don't want to mess
If I
things
had
up.
that to offer, do you think I would hesitate to share it? Alas, it is my burden to be forever condemned by my idle brethren. I've become accustomed to it. Truly. I've never lied to you, Grace, and I never shall.
But you may have
If
excluded
you're looking for
some information.
innocence, however, well, I'm afraid that's one thing I cannot provide.
And if I can't accept that? If I find out you're somehow involved in this?
You'll do what you do, and I'll do what I do, and we'll see where that takes us.
I still need your help.
If you're still up for trading favors, I could use more help.
Oh, of course you could.
Shut up.
You could live the high life, Grace. Throw caution to the
What the fuck?
wind.
I'm gonna die in a week.
Embrace what you can before you...
Die.
Before I die? You don't have any hope for me, do you? You're just taking what you can get before it's
at him.
over.
Don't look at me like that. You know what you did.
You'll want to find Medusa.
Oh, he feels
suppose.
guilty now.
She was at the reliquary, but you already knew that.
You'll find Medusa at a dingy little club appropriately named the Viper's Nest. Give her my regards. But do be careful if you call on her, Grace. Medusa is a hideous monster.
Huh, but her
And should be
story is
treated
quite
as such.
sad. She was saved by Athena. I should go confront Medusa or go to Aphrodite's party. Oh, we can talk to... Okay, let's not do either of those. Let's go update Apollo. Paul.
Ah, Grace, there you are.
Oh my
It's
god.
good you came.
It's
Athena
so
is displeased with your visit to the reliquary.
complicated.
She already knows?
You
She
don't
has
have
her
to
ways
go
of keeping
back,
an eye on
but
almost everything.
they have dialogue for that.
Did you at least learn anything interesting?
You tell him what happened.
Well, if Asterion is right, then Medusa was at the reliquary at the same time as Calliope. I take it you intend to seek out Medusa.
You think I shouldn't?
You think I shouldn't? How else will I find out why she was there?
I wouldn't suggest seeking her out, no. There must be other ways to ascertain how she's involved. I doubt anything I say could dissuade you, so if you do go, please be extra careful.
I will. I promise.
Anything else you'd like to discuss while you're here?
Tell me about the idols.
I'd like to know a little more about the idols. I am one now, right?
You are.
Kinda.
What would you like to know?
Well, what are we? Where did we come from? If an idol is a soul that moves from person to person, it must have started somewhere, right?
The short answer is, we don't know. If I think far enough back, I can remember bits and pieces.
So only a few of them are alive. Hades is dead.
I remember my
Zeus is
first
dead.
Pythian
We haven't
games.
heard from him.
The day the idols split in two over Troy. The day my first son died. But before that, nothing.
Who's
None
his
of us
first
do.
son?
I vaguely recall the very first Apollo many thousands of years ago, but was he the original? Did he appear out of the ether? I couldn't tell you.
How can you not know where you're from?
Isn't it strange to not know where you come from? For all you know, the idols could be aliens.
Interesting. The notion that there might be some other place far away where we're the norm is comforting. Sadly, our memories are filled with blanks. There was a war with beings we called the Titans. A terrible conflict where half our number died, yet do I remember a single battle. The last was after Rome fell. Zeus called us together to relay the news, told us to prepare for battle. And then, in the blink of an eye, I was in the 16th century.
Huh.
What made us forget 1,000 years?
Interesting.
What happened during that time?
Is that a spin-off or something?
We don't know. Athena calls that period the gap.
Mind the gap. Tell me more about this
The
gap.
gap you
It's
mentioned.
so weird.
What was that like? Did you just wake up
They
one
lost
day?
thousands of years of memory.
I know I was alive. I passed on my eidolon who knows how many times, yet the moment I woke up, as you call it, all memory of that period was gone. It was Athena who found us. I was in France, I think. She came to my farm, and the moment I laid eyes on her, I just knew. It all came back. Did someone do that to us? Did we scatter to the winds for 1,000 years on purpose? It's a mystery.
What about Athena? I mean, she's the one who found you, right? She must
Athena's
have been
hiding a
aware.
lot.
Athena claims she awoke on her own and spent the next century locating the other idols. We've pieced together very little of the gap or of our origins. We simply live with it. Gods we may be, but I'm afraid we don't have all the answers.
Did you say you had a son?
Earlier you mentioned your son dying. Did I hear that right?
Oh shit, my
Can
audio.
idols have children?
It was rare, but
Hang on,
yes.
hang on.
Back in ancient times, some of them even...
Sorry. I lost my audio, but like it sounds like it's okay on OBS.
became idols themselves.
There we go.
Some of the idols are actually family then.
Not anymore.
Huh?
Most of our children met terrible ends. A gift of the fates, perhaps. I don't know. The ones who weren't idols... It's hard. Watching your children grow old and die.
Yeah, the
Never
demigods.
understanding why they can't have the same immortality you do. Why you can't grant it to them. My first son is why I'm not permitted in Hades any longer. Let's simply say that most idols have stopped having children, and maybe leave it at that.
Tell me more about Calliope.
Tell me more about Calliope. You and her were good friends, right?
For centuries, we were far more. I was the god of the arts, and the muses were my constant companions. We went everywhere together. They had many names, but the three most common were Clio, Talia, and Calliope. The Sisters of Beauty, I called them, though they weren't always women.
I never thought of that. Do idols change gender a lot?
Most of us seek out inheritors who are like us, I suppose, but not all. Calliope, in fact, was a man in her previous incarnation. Christoph,
Interesting.
I think his name was. A poet Calliope adored.
Oh,
I
that's
was
so
surprised when she
cool.
made him a muse.
You can take a liking to someone and then pass on your soul to them. That's kind of crazy. Who was Calliope after Kristoff?
Who did Calliope become after that poet, Christoph?
You have to realize we're already into the period where Calliope and I weren't really speaking. She showed up one day in her new form, the one you met. An opera singer whose name she never revealed. We fought, as I recall. I told her she couldn't pass on every time she met an artist she fell in love with. Eventually she'd forget everything about who we were and where we came from. She said she'd rather forget than wallow in old memories like I or the other idols were doing. It was time to wake up
She was
and make the
passing
best
her
of our
soul
situation.
on a lot.
Calliope was an idealist without compromise. Always. She hated what we'd become. What I'd become. She wasn't wrong.
You and Calliope fought often?
From how you describe it, you and Calliope fought a lot.
As often as we saw each other, which became less and less as time wore on. However, she fought with everyone.
No, with us.
Calliope hated the idols being kept secret. She and Athena would get into screaming matches over the rules, and it got so I could no longer protect her. She moved out of Olympus years ago and kept to herself. I just assumed she was wrapped up with some new artist when I got the news.
Do you regret not making up with her?
Every day I think about our last conversation and what I should have said or done differently. The problem with immortality is that you think you have all the time in the world.
Weren't there good things about Calliope?
It wasn't only fighting with Calliope, right? Surely there were good things too.
Is that how it sounds? No, she was marvelous. A force to be reckoned with if there ever was one. In the darkest days during the war, it was her songs that gave us hope. She kept Aphrodite alive through sheer determination, I think. Calliope cared. About us, about art, about people she'd only just met. It was her greatest strength as well as her greatest weakness.
I wonder why she picked me. I don't feel like I'm any of those things.
You underestimate yourself, Grace. I see a lot of her in you. She chose well.
I don't know how she feels about that. I want to know more about you.
I'd like to know a little more about you. All I know is you live in a dump, you have an oracle, and you...
I'm not sure what to tell you. One day has bled into the next for so long, I feel like I've been lost in the spaces in between.
Wow, that's a bit dramatic.
Yeah, well,
What's
it
with all
comes
the
naturally.
writings on the wall, actually?
Music and the arts were once under my purview as a god.
How did that get decided? Did you have a big hat full of pieces of paper and you all picked at random?
No, we chose them for ourselves. Some, at least. Others were given to us by our priests. We collected godly responsibilities like marbles.
People collect marbles?
Oh, whatever it is mortals collect these days. Cars, perhaps? The point is, we took our godly duties very seriously.
What were you like as a god?
You must have been very different back when you were a proper god.
I think most of us were. We saw ourselves as, I don't know, teachers. Mortals were our students, and we guided them to enlightenment. We thought we were special, infallible. I was as magnificent as the sun, and I surrounded myself with those who basked in my radiance.
That doesn't sound like you.
Yeah. I was arrogant. If there was a man or woman I desired, then I had to have them, or there would be consequences.
The gods of
You
old.
wouldn't have liked me. I wouldn't have liked me.
Why is Persephone so angry at you?
So what is Persephone's beef with you exactly? Is it just about what Hades did to her?
That's no small thing.
It seems more personal than that.
I mentioned how Persephone's kidnapping almost meant war between Olympus and Hades, yes? Well, while this was all going on, Persephone managed to escape the underworld, and I'm the one she encountered first.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Hades was hot on her heels, and I had a choice. Either do battle with Hades and start the war right then and there, or let him take her back. Zeus would have had my head if I had sparked a war. Yet all I still think of
Damn. I see.
are Persephone's eyes as Hades smugly took back his prisoner. It's not my finest moment.
Have you ever tried therapy? What the fuck?
Apollo, have you ever tried, I don't know,
Oh my god.
talking to
We're
someone about
recommending therapy to a
how
god,
you
guys.
feel?
I will never understand this modern fascination with therapy and focusing on one's feelings.
It might help. You never know.
Yes, I've tried it. There was one I used to speak to. Hecate enchanted him never
Oh.
to reveal what
They
I
have
told him.
Therapists for gods.
I don't know that unburdening myself to the man helped. He wasn't exactly trained for this sort of problem.
It is kind of hard to relate to a god, sure.
I do appreciate the thought. But I'm afraid muddling through is as good as it gets for us.
That's all for now.
That's all I can think of for now. I'll see you around.
Of course. I look forward to it.
Okay, so... Oh, we can still go back. Let's go talk to Persephone. I want to see how she's doing. I didn't want to side with anyone.
As I recall, Grace, when I said stay or leave, you chose to leave.
I'm sorry.
If it wasn't clear, I don't give second chances. Or did you have some other reason for darkening my doorstep?
I got leads. What does this mean? Can't I enjoy the club? Oh no! I wanted to see you. Oh,
Couldn't be here for the cool music and a drink? I definitely need one.
Am I supposed to believe you're here to blow off steam?
Why not? Don't you ever? Ooh, here I thought I could drink. Lady, you have my respect and admiration.
You'll have an idol's fortitude in time. Now, however, I need to call our little evening to an end.
I don't know why, but I kind of remember her being in a white suit. Damn, my memory. Or we could continue. Will you help me now?
I don't suppose our bonding time changed your mind even a teensy little bit?
And here's the ulterior motive at last.
Can it be both? I like both.
Yeah.
Let me be frank. I need my allies to be all in. You're not, and you never will be. But one last word of advice before you go. If you want to survive, don't look to anyone else for help. Not Apollo, not
What about
Pan,
Freddy?
not even me. You walked away from my offer, and I respect that. Make your choices and live with them.
Oh no, we can't. We can't. Oh no. Why did we have to choose? Should we have stayed? Or will that mean locking out Apollo? Let's talk to Freddy.
Hey, hey, so what's the news, Miss Muse?
Miss Muse.
Well, does a muse have a proper form of address? I just want to hear what exciting adventures you've been having. Everything else okay, though? Do we know who the killer is yet?
Not just yet, no.
Okay, well, let me know if there's anything I can do. If I have to hustle to become your high priestess, well, so be it.
High priestess. How are Kaz and Brian?
What are Kaz and Brian up to? You didn't tell them anything, did you?
Oh, I told them you came home, that you're okay, but that you're having a moment. They send their love.
Should we tell them, do you think?
What for? They have their own problems. Plus, Brian can't keep a secret to save his life, and Kaz is officially homeless.
Is he still crashing on Brian's couch?
Grace, you do know that Brian doesn't have a couch, right? Just some giant beanbag things?
Then where is Cass?
Yeah, it's cute. They'll tell us when they're ready. But right now, it's best just to not mix them up in this.
Oh my god. Sorry about the band.
I should really apologize about the band. This kind of puts a dent in your plans, doesn't it?
You're right, Grace. How dare you sabotage my dreams? I am so mad I could spit.
You know what I mean. Nobody could have seen this coming, sure, but it's always been something with me.
Well, as I see it, there are two ways this goes down. One, neither of us gets back to the band. It was just a thing we did for a while before I founded a cult in your name. Or two, we get back to it and the band now has the Muse as its lead singer.
That'd be cool.
Edge of Elysium becomes the coolest and most appropriate band name ever.
Ugh, I still really hate that name.
Look, Grace, you can't be the source of all the drama and name the band, okay? That's the rule.
I love their friendship. What do you know about the gods?
Exactly how much do you know about the Greek gods, Freddie?
I know my Greek mythology, but what I've read clearly doesn't line up with who they are today. Or who they ever were, maybe.
Still might be useful. There's gotta be some truth to those stories, right?
Maybe? Who do you want to hear about?
Do you know anything about the Muses? Or Calliope in particular?
Yeah, for starters, there were supposed to be 9. Though I guess there are some sources that said there were only 4, maybe 3. Each of the muses had her specialty. Did you know that Calliope is supposed to be the muse of epic poetry? She inspired the Odyssey.
By Homer?
Wow. I don't even like poetry.
Yeah, it was said her singing voice was unmatched. So they got that part right, at least.
Did she also lead the ancient Greeks in giant choreographed dance numbers?
No, but she once turned a bunch of snobby princesses into
She started musical
magpies,
numbers.
so there's that.
About
What
Athena.
about Athena? Is she really supposed to be the
I
goddess
just
of
want to
wisdom?
hear what she has to
Sure,
say.
but mostly that's meant
But I
as
know, like,
tactical
the
knowledge.
basics.
Athena wasn't all sweetness and light. She was a warrior goddess.
The goddess of
She was
war.
also the goddess of heroes. There are loads of stories where Athena helps guys like Odysseus or Jason or Perseus.
No female heroes back in those days?
Yeah, guess not.
Athena.
Women were the weaker sex, which maybe is why
you have
Athena
Athena.
was portrayed as being vindictive. She cursed Medusa, one of her own priestesses. She turned people into spiders, struck them
Medusa
blind,
was a
started the
victim.
Trojan War. It's the whole thing.
Not being as wise as advertised is on brand for her then.
Ask about Apollo.
What about Apollo?
Okay, so the prophecy stuff checks out. Apollo was god of the sun and light, but also kind of enlightenment in general. He's always talked about as this beautiful and cultured god involved with the arts and the muses, kind of a Renaissance man before the Renaissance.
He's clearly had a rough time since those days.
Well, he was also a giant horn dog, Grace. I can list off like a dozen men and women Apollo has had as lovers, and there's probably more.
Weren't they all like that, though?
That's true. Everyone was like that.
Apollo's no Zeus. He never assaulted anyone
God.
as a swan.
swan.
And no, they aren't all like that. Our
Zeus
sun
was
god
like
had a
anything that moves.
reputation.
Ask about Persephone.
Tell me what you know about Persephone.
Honestly, she's the least like her stories. Usually, she's either a victim or just the wife of Hades, or both.
And that's it? She was kidnapped by Hades, end of story?
Pretty much. Her mother was so angry, she created winter. But otherwise, Persephone was just your average sweet and virginal fertility goddess.
You're right, that doesn't sound like her at all.
Must be hard to be defined by this one thing that happened to you thousands of years ago.
Almost like people
I'd be pissed if everyone
can't
thought my
change.
story ended there.
Well, she is pretty pissed. That much is true.
I mean, can. Ask about Pan.
You said Pan was some kind of lust god, right?
Yeah, kind of.
The
Pan's a
satyrs?
god of the
Satyrs?
wild, and I guess that translates into a sort of lustfulness and
Where
earthiness,
satirical comes
humping
from.
nymphs in the forest sort of thing.
And you don't like him.
Honestly, he's exactly what I'd expect him to be. All the stories say he's a lech and a
Christians.
beast. The Christians equated him with the devil. Weirdly, he's also the only god who's supposed to have died, though it's never really clear how or why. Anyhow, there's a great statue depicting Pan having sex with a goat. Next time you see him,
That's
gotta
how you
ask him
made the
about it.
satyrs. The satyrs. Ask about the idols.
Just how many of these gods are there? From what I've heard, lots of idols live around here.
Well, there are tons of minor gods in Greek mythology, hundreds even, depending on how you define them. Oddly, there's never any mention of the word idols in relation to them. Maybe it's like how people worshipped idols?
I sort of assumed it was related to the eidolon.
Which is
that
a
would make
Greek
sense.
word, but I think it means ghost. An image of someone after they die.
Oh, okay.
Makes sense.
Me? I'm more amazed at all the big names missing.
Yeah.
Not just Zeus and Hades, most of the Olympians seem to be gone.
Hera,
Makes you think about what's been
Poseidon,
lost.
Ares.
But also, what might still be out there?
Who else? That's the big 12, right? Demeter is also gone. Then we have Athena, Apollo. Oh, Artemis.
You think there might be other gods out there?
Well, there are all those gods the idols say wandered off. We don't know they're dead for sure, right? They could be living it up in Australia. Who would know?
That's true. They could
Then
be
there are all the other
Aquaman, so Poseidon
mythologies,
could be in the
hundreds
ocean.
of cultures, each with their own pantheon. So what's so special about the Greeks? That only their gods are real, right? All those
yeah.
other
They have
pantheons
Roman
could be
equivalents.
living in secrecy, just like the
Yeah,
idols.
the Egyptian myths
And that
as
means
well.
they're hidden from each other, too.
The Nordic.
Oh, they could be everywhere, and no
mythology.
one would know.
The
It's like a whole other secret side to the world.
That's cool, right?
Thor and Loki was
I hope I get to meet Ganesha
side
one
thing.
day. Or maybe
Ganesha,
Lakshmi?
Hindu. Enough about mythology.
I wonder how much of those stories are true.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I'm giving you the quick version. There are reams of textbooks out there covering all this, but even they rarely agree with each other.
Really? Nothing definitive?
Ancient Greece was 3,000 years ago, Grace. Not much information survived all that time, if it was even valid to begin with.
How have the idols stayed secret?
You know what I find weird? That the idols have managed to remain completely
I
secret
think they just
all these years.
make everyone forget.
Sure, they have magic and whatnot,
If an
but in
accident
all
happens.
this time, nobody's found them out? Athena is that good?
Who says nobody has found them out? The way I see it, it's like
Conspiracy
UFOs.
theories.
Okay, I have to hear this.
Okay, so you could have real evidence that UFOs exist and that governments have covered it up and people still wouldn't believe it. Why? Because they'd get laughed at if they admitted it. Imagine the headline, Greek gods exist and are living among us. What website would even run that?
Weird conspiracy ones. Yeah, you're right.
All right, enough.
Okay, that's enough questions
Ask
for now.
me questions.
You sure? I can
It's
talk all
over.
day. You know I can.
I'll check back with you soon, Freddy. Time for more mystery solving.
Okay, does this mean we can still talk to Apollo because he's still here? Let's see. Oracle is there.
Welcome back, Grace. Is there something you came to discuss?
Oh, no, okay.
No, that's okay. I'll see you later, Apollo.
Okay, we can go to the party or Medusa's lair. Can we do both? I wanna go to Medusa's lair first. Look at the party for last. Ooh.
This must be the Viper's Nest.
Ooh, Viper's
Scariest
Nest.
part of town, no sign. Just that one dude glaring at everyone.
Hello.
I'm here now. Just another day in the life of an idol.
There you are. Man, this place is the worst. I think someone peed on me.
Freddy? What are you doing here?
Look at her.
What,
she
you
has
thought
a
I wouldn't
weapon.
notice you skulking off? You didn't even bring any equipment, Grace.
What does she have with her? You have equipment?
What kind of equipment does one bring to a meeting with Medusa?
This isn't a meeting, Grace. You're not here to sell her on your business plan.
Please tell me you don't have any weapons in there.
I certainly hope one of you brought more than sheer ignorance.
Oh no, he's here too.
Oh, it's you.
It is me. How exciting, no?
Pan, what are you doing here?
I'm the one who told you about this place. You didn't expect my curiosity to get the better of me?
Tell me the truth.
Why are you really here, Pan? The truth this time.
I need to have some dastardly ulterior motive other than to be of assistance? For shame, Grace.
You just don't get it, do you? The act is wearing real thin.
It's true. I am a bad man.
Where's the journal
And I
entry?
spoke poorly.
Where do you
And?
see that?
That's it?
I'd hope even you, Freddy, could see that advice from an idol might be useful here.
I suppose.
All right. What's your advice?
If you have any advice, Pan, I'm all ears.
Well, I assume you know how Medusa became what she is.
She used to be human, right? And then Athena cursed her. Pretty unfairly, too.
Now, however, Athena hasn't the power to undo her own curse. Or so she claims.
That's gotta suck.
Medusa isn't happy about it, no. Yet she survives because she must. As do we all.
Can she really turn people into stone?
Medusa is the one who turns people into stone just by looking at them, right?
People, yes. Idols, not so much.
Oh, Freddy, be
Or
careful.
that's my assumption. I'll admit to not knowing if she's ever turned her gaze on one of us.
Great. Is there any way to make someone not a statue? If it turns out she can?
Short of Medusa dying? No. Not unless she wishes it.
Medusa works for Athena.
Asterion said Medusa works for Athena. Is that right?
A truer description, I'd say, is that she's more Athena's servant. Poor thing can't survive on her own. So she's become whatever Athena needs. Spy master, enforcer, provider of garden statuary.
That doesn't sound fair.
It isn't. But keep in mind, Medusa is no helpless maiden. She is as clever as she is dangerous. And Athena knows it.
What's Medusa really like?
Medusa's clever and works for Athena, but what's she really like?
She doesn't exactly come to the parties, Grace. Medusa is an enigma to most of us. If idols hide in the shadows, she lurks in even darker places. She's an outsider, and she loathes us as much as she needs us.
Kinda
Is she
sad.
dangerous?
Let's just say we're all rather relieved she stays away.
Poor Medusa. She's a victim.
Okay, enough talking. Time to do this.
See? That's the spirit. Now there's simply the matter of getting you in before she's aware you're here.
You're
How do we
gonna
get
help her
past
do
that
that?
guy?
Why not? You're more apt to become a statue than to be any true help, my dear.
Knock it off, both of you.
These two.
I have a plan for getting inside.
A word of advice before we proceed. Once you find Medusa, make the number a knockout.
Oh, I will sing my heart out. Find another entrance?
Did you really have to follow us up here? You grunted the entire climb.
Those were exertions. I am a hardy but delicate flower.
Just the kind of help we needed.
Neither of you are helping. I have to concentrate to pick this open.
Are you sure it's wise to go jumping in through a skylight, Grace? It's rather dramatic.
I'm a very dramatic person. Neither of you had another idea.
You know, for having two helpers along, you're both offering more criticism than help.
Criticism is how we help?
Listen to your Freddy. She is oddly canny for a mortal.
Great. Nothing like a comedy act to get us inside undetected.
Oh, it worked.
And there we go. Coming?
Absolutely.
Is this the real
This is the fun
way
part.
to get in?
Maybe let's
Or
split up and look around.
there are other ways too. There are other ways of persuasion. Oh, we're singing. We're gonna sing now. I guess anything works. Oh. Who's that? What? Are these people dead?
What a long day, hiding in the light. Such a long day,
Oh my gosh.
dreaming of tonight. This sacred bond. Just get your drink, girl, and take your seat. It's the mule.
Uh-oh.
There
Oh,
are
he's still alive.
sacred bites, and then there's this
See
sacred
the eyes of her
bite.
snake hair.
So wrong, so right. I'm really gonna hate
I need your help. I'm just gonna be friends with everyone,
myself
guys.
tonight.
Before you start the show, Pan said to say hello. That's what he said to say.
Hello.
Well, any friend of Pan's is a friend of Pan's.
Okay. I hate to interrupt your flow.
I love the
There's just
color.
some things I need
split
to
in half here.
know. I wish there was another way.
Yes, you do. Now, look into me.
No, is she hypnotizing us?
Body goes freely every time I see its tendons turning gently as it renders. Can you say that once again? I missed it. You really want to sing, but your silly mouth won't do a thing. It's meant to work
Did you
that
glue
way.
my mouth shut?
I call it the preparation. Yes, I could make you stung, but then my dinner.
We should be friends instead.
That's why I've got this other way. Look into me. Ooh, she's looking away. Hey, look into me.
Saw hunger with no end. You lost Medusa.
They're master manipulators, you guys. That's just what diplomacy is.
What I should do. Look at me, but don't look at me.
Oh! Where'd we go?
Athena made you like this.
She was mad at me, so
Well, why was she mad?
she said I'd been bad.
Had you been?
No. Now look into
Use your phone to gaze, to look at Medusa's gaze. That's what Percy Jackson did.
Listen, Medusa. She hides you in shame, but she uses you all the same. You could live another way. If I was treated
Athena is
like you, I'd
so
be a
strange.
monster too.
That's kind to say, but you could never be a creature like me. You didn't kill
Kill Calliope.
Oh.
So you know that it's true that I didn't do it.
No,
Yes, you do know. You know, does that mean Athena knows?
no.
Apollo could help you. Oh no, I don't wanna
It's
lie.
dinner time. You're not gonna watch.
She eats people?
Fine grace, pirate taste.
Just like fate made you, fate played me. Just like
And I won't see what your eyes see when you look at me. Don't look at me.
Oh, intermission.
No, not the bloody charms.
You think you can turn me to stone before I burn your snakes off? I'm betting you can't.
The lighter was my idea.
Be careful. Wait, so I thought like when she looks at people, they turn to stone, but she has to want them to turn to
Be
stone?
careful, you two. This one has teeth.
Yeah, I noticed.
Rather excessive appetites, even by my standards.
You ready to talk?
Oh, fine, fine. What exactly is it that you want, pretty muse?
Did you try to eat Calliope too?
You can start by telling me whether you tried to eat Calliope like you just tried to eat me.
Blast! This is why I didn't tell Lady Athena. I knew it would come back to haunt me. I only followed pretty Calliope to the reliquary. I never spoke to her, never even caught up to her. I swear it.
That's what Asterion told us, more or less.
But you were there that night.
Yes, I admit it. Ugh, Lady Athena will have my head. She'll mount it on a pike. Whatever you might think of me, I had no part in the Muse's death. I did not even know she'd been attacked until I saw her fleeing.
You didn't tell Athena.
You haven't told Athena any of this?
Do I need to light things up again? 'Cause I'll do it.
I told her Calliope was at the reliquary that night. I did not tell her I was also there.
Why not? Wouldn't Athena find out from Hecate anyway?
I was not thinking clearly. I panicked. Lady Athena barely tolerates my presence as it is. If she thought I was involved in any way, if she even suspected.
Asterion said you two met.
Asterion said he caught up with you out in the fog. Is that right?
I thought he was the one who had attacked her. He is a great beast of a creature.
Oh, that seems rather unlikely. The bull's as gentle as a lamb.
Yeah, pretty much that.
Yes, I only realized my mistake once I caught up to him, and by then the muse was gone.
And you never found her afterwards?
I thought she might flee to her pretty home, or to the sharp and prickly Persephone. She did neither.
Yeah, she came to see me.
Why were you following Calliope?
You followed Calliope to the reliquary. Why were you shadowing her at all?
I am Lady Athena's spy master, yes. Calliope has been trouble from time to time.
So you were spying on her.
I keep watch over every idol who no longer lives in Olympus, but especially Calliope. When I realized she was headed to the reliquary that eve, I followed. I had a duty to Athena.
Did you find out why Calliope was there?
Did you ever find out why Calliope went there?
I was never close enough to ask. When I drew near to the reliquary, that is when I saw the muse fleeing. She was frightened, bloodied, dying.
A tasty snack for you to hunt down.
I gave chase, yes, but to discover the truth. I knew Lady Athena would wish to know.
That does make sense from your perspective.
I didn't learn the truth until later. And then it was far too late.
How can we believe you?
Why should we believe you? You did just try to eat me, remember?
I am telling you the truth.
Right, and not at all trying to cover your own ass.
You presented an opportunity. Oh, to taste the sweet, sweet blood of a hero once again. It's a problem. I've been working on it, I really have.
You should
I
also
know
try
it's
therapy.
hard to believe what
Don't
a
eat the
monster
therapist.
tells you, but it is true.
Okay, we're done here.
Okay, let's say we believe you. For the moment.
Whatever you do, pretty muse, I beg you. Do not tell Athena of my indiscretion.
Uh-oh.
Show mercy.
Do we actually have a choice?
I know what I am horrifies you. It horrifies me as well. I cannot help what I am. I did not ask to be cursed like
Will
this.
she be turned in just because of us? We done this before? I'll think about it.
Indiscretion, huh? It's quite the word for it.
I cannot apologize for my hunger. I can only apologize that I am so very weak in the face of it.
I'll think about it.
I am a lost and cursed thing. No idol. If Lady Athena should learn the truth, I hope you find what you seek, pretty muse.
Why
And
would
that
she be
we
cursed?
meet
I mean,
again
cursed,
someday.
sentenced to death
And
as
sing a
well?
different
Athena
song.
wouldn't do that. I mean, because she knows her. She totally would do that to us, but...
Freddy, may I just say what a delight your resourcefulness has proven.
And you're not completely awful, I guess.
Yay! They're bonding!
Pondering the big question, Grace. Do we actually believe her?
We're missing something.
She gave us the same story as the Minotaur, but something's still not right. I don't buy it.
How do we catch her in the lie, though?
Yeah, that's a really good question.
Pan, any ideas?
Okay, so that was fun. Grace, I'll meet you back at home.
Where do you even get the mace anyway? The Morning
I
Star.
trust
whatever.
that little adventure was useful to you, Grace?
Actually not. Thanks for coming.
We'll see. Thanks for coming.
You didn't learn anything
Anything
new.
I can do to help?
Oh, he seems so guilty. What? Oh,
Well then.
what?
You have a pressing matter
I
of
wanna try,
investigation, and I...
Play through to romance
leave
him
you to
because
it.
I feel like he might approach this in a different way if he starts developing feelings and stuff. Can we tell Apollo about our encounter? Because we can't talk to Persephone
Back
now,
again
which
so
sucks.
soon. Did you find Medusa after all? You've been on my mind ever since you told me about her.
I did, and it
Oh
was
yeah,
fine.
she almost ate
I
me.
told you it would be. Okay, it almost wasn't fine, but it worked out. Nobody got hurt.
I see. Perhaps you'd best tell me what happened then.
Where is Artemis? They're twins, right? Whatever happened to her?
That sounds like quite the harrowing experience. One that could have gone very poorly indeed.
Aw, were you worried?
If I didn't know better, I'd say you were worried about me.
Well, yes. I mean, you're not invulnerable, Grace. Neither was Calliope.
I do appreciate the sentiment.
If you've cleared Medusa's involvement, that still leaves us with Pan.
That's a good point.
Anything else you'd like to discuss while you're here?
Nope.
No, that's okay.
Let's go to the party.
I'll see you later, Apollo.
It's been 50 minutes. Damn. Okay. Are those the only clothes you have? Well, I guess us too. We're in the same outfit.
Fancy party? Check. Bunch of strangers? Check. Grace totally not dressed for the occasion? Check. Now, if only I knew what I was supposed to be doing here.
Okay, Apollo is dressed.
Grace,
Same
you
way
made
as
it.
well.
I'm so glad. I was beginning to wonder.
You didn't say this was a fancy party. I feel a little underdressed.
Grace, look at me. I didn't even button up my shirt. It's fine.
We've been wearing the same thing for days now.
Why is everyone so quiet? You'd think someone died.
It's true. No music.
I should have told you about this earlier. I've
Is it a
been
funeral?
putting it off.
You're cute when you worry. Oh my god!
You're cute when you're all
We got a
angsty.
special.
You get this little crinkle in your forehead.
Still.
You might not think I'm so cute after I explain.
Well, that was so weird, that cut.
You don't have any of Calliope's memories, right? No deja vu recollections that aren't your own?
No. Should I have?
Not right away. For a while, you won't remember anything. We call it the veil. In time, the veil will start to lift, slowly at first, but eventually you'll remember almost everything Calliope did.
Nobody told me that.
Seems like the sort of thing you should tell a new idol.
New idols are usually chosen. You would know about
Are we
this
still
already.
ourselves after that?
Except Calliope was murdered.
Well, remember how old we all are. There are so many memories. So the veil lifts gradually to protect you. Eventually, it's like a flood. It becomes difficult to separate what's you and what's them, and all who
Yeah,
came
that's
before
kind of
them.
hard. Will I become Calliope?
You're saying I won't be me. I won't be Grace. Will I start calling myself Calliope?
Maybe. Eventually, most of us do, but most of us were chosen and prepared.
And I didn't choose this.
I understand. Take some time to let
Why
us
are we
sink
talking
in.
about
If
it
you
right
like, we
now?
can talk about it later.
What
Yeah,
does this have to do with
this
the
is a
party?
going away party for Calliope.
Aphrodite hasn't been the same since we came to the New World. She has horrific memories of what she endured during the war.
Oh.
Passing on her eidolon is a way to forget, for a while.
Oh, she's passing on?
That's what this party is for.
When you say she's gonna pass on her eidolon, you mean
She's going to die, yes, and
does
pass
that
her soul
mean
on to a chosen
exactly?
successor.
So her soul leaves her
in front
body,
of everyone?
and
We're
then
here
she
to
just
help
dies
Grace,
of organ failure or
to
something?
make it easier for Aphrodite to do what she feels she
or
must.
do they kill themselves?
We're here to say goodbye.
Like,
At least for
euthanasia
a
or
while.
something? Aphrodite has done this before.
This isn't the first time Aphrodite's done this. She's held this kind of gathering before, right?
This is her fourth, I think, perhaps fifth.
Yeah, that's
So every
actually
time the
kinda
veil,
cool.
whatever you
I
call
kind
it,
of want to throw
when
a
it
party
starts to
for my own
lift,
funeral, but you know,
Aphrodite's memories
that's
return, and
impossible.
eventually it is
It's
too much.
impossible to be there for it
We
without.
gather to pay our
I mean,
respects.
yeah, you'll be there for it, but you're
And
you're
to
dead.
honor the past. Well, she still remembers it.
I like parties. The formal kind. I mean, the food's great usually. Calliope didn't approve.
Wait. Calliope refused to come to these parties. That's what you said.
She refused on principle. Everything Calliope did was on principle. She believed Aphrodite was indulging her sadness, wallowing in it. She thought Aphrodite should try harder. It was a point of contention between them. Aphrodite will be grateful you're here. Trust me.
Do you support this?
Do you support what Aphrodite is doing here?
It's not my choice to make, Grace.
Yeah, but you must have an opinion.
Eventually you will remember what we experienced during the war, and eventually you will remember that what Aphrodite experienced was far worse. If this is the mercy she requires,
Do they know? I wonder
I
what
will not
happened
tell
during
her
the
she
war.
should
I
not
mean,
take
there's
it.
the gap. Aside from the gap that they. I get it.
Okay, so what did Aphrodite want Calliope to do? What does she want me to do?
well, knowing Aphrodite, she'll want you to make a production of it all.
Oh,
She's not here just yet.
totally.
Until
I
she
would do
arrives,
that.
I suggest
I would want-
mingling.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
Mingling.
Yeah, mingling.
Oh, Eros.
Talk to Eros. Or we can talk more if you like. Just try to relax, Grace.
Can we talk
Sure,
to
yeah. Relax.
all each other?
That's what this party's
like,
for,
include
right?
Eros in the conversation. To Eros. So much food.
Grace,
Hey, Eros. Nice to...
Aww. That looks like a nice hug.
Oh.
He
Okay.
seems so sad.
Aphrodite will be so happy you're here. It means so much, you have no idea.
Really? Are you okay?
Are you okay?
That's why he was
You
sad
seem a bit-
earlier.
Every time she does this, I don't know how to handle it. I almost want to run upstairs and demand she stop. Remind her that this never works. Sorry, I shouldn't unload on you.
she
It's
passes
been a
on
bad
her
week.
eidolon to forget for a little while, and then it just starts all over again. I feel for you. I wonder if she should, like, maybe change her successor. Hopefully she gets a stronger successor. I hate saying that.
Hey, I understand. This can't be easy.
She's the one who is suffering. I shouldn't be complaining. I just hate this.
Oh,
I'm
why is there no
every
Eris route?
day, going through it all with her.
Route.
The nightmares, the panic attacks, the
I can fix him.
weeks when she just won't get
He
out
seems
of
so
bed.
sad.
I'm there when she forgets the war's over, and I hold her until the screaming stops. Me. I do that.
These gods.
That sounds awful.
And now I'm arranging her gathering again, so she can die again.
This is a different kind
And
of
I'll watch
trauma
it
for
all.
him.
Again.
Is there no other way?
Is there no other way? Does Aphrodite really need to...
To die? I've asked that so many times. She's tried magic, drugs, psychotherapy, meditation, everything we could possibly think of.
Oh my god.
For a while, she'll deny anything's wrong. It all seems fine, and I start to hope. Maybe this time will be different. Then the nightmares begin, and the memories return. More with each passing day until... I hate
Did we
it,
meet
but I see
Aphrodite
her agony. I
during
can't deny her
the
this.
meeting in Olympus? It was Persephone, Apollo, Athena, and Aphrodite, right? Isn't this like suicide?
Maybe I just don't understand, but... Isn't this... like suicide?
Some of the idols have committed suicide. They let themselves die without passing on their eidolon.
What happens?
What you'd expect. They're gone. Forever. Mother says she can't do that. She won't. Not until she sees Hephaestus again,
Oh,
I
yeah,
suspect.
Hephaestus, her husband.
Not that what's happening here is anything casual.
Wait, so Hephaestus
She
is still alive? And they haven't found
still
him
has
yet?
to die
Is that what she's saying?
for a while.
He's saying? What happened to Aphrodite?
Is it okay if I ask what happened? I don't mean to pry, but I'm new. I really don't know.
No, it's okay. I wouldn't usually talk about it, but I know you don't mean any harm. What happened is that Brother Ares happened. He missed out on the first world-spanning war, you see, so he was damned if he'd miss out on the next one. He found some jackbooted mortals, so full of themselves and their supremacy, and he told them about the idols. Then they came for us. Took us completely by surprise. Some they killed.
In Olympus?
But Aphrodite, her they captured.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh.
She needs my help. This is a lot of assuming. Did Aphrodite escape?
Aphrodite was captured, but she's here now. So she must have escaped.
She didn't. Do you know the name Hephaestus?
Yeah,
No.
he's the
Should I?
forge, blacksmith.
God of smiths. He could make anything, any tool or weapon. He was Aphrodite's husband, and he adored her. When he found out the mortals were torturing her, he went mad. He was determined to save her.
Wait, they tortured her?
Nothing extreme, I'm told. They were too frightened, but they were also determined to wring every last secret out of her. So, who knows how long that fear would have lasted. Thus, Hephaestus made a deal.
With the, jackbooted guys.
No, with their enemies.
Oh.
That's what saved her.
Tell me about this deal.
Then this deal
Did
is
he
how
sacrifice
Aphrodite survived.
himself?
It's how we all survived. It's what brought us to the new
He's
world.
gonna sacrifice himself.
Hephaestus saved us all. We never saw him again. That was the deal. He would leave, make their precious weapons,
Did he
and
make the
never look
nukes?
back. Aphrodite never even got to say goodbye.
That's why he wants to see
It's funny,
him. She wants to see
because
him.
Aphrodite didn't even like Hephaestus when they were married. She seemed to resent every minute they were together. But now...
Yeah, I like their little love story
now
going
he's all
on.
she can think about.
Even though Aphrodite canonically didn't really like him. I'm not sure if she eventually, like, liked him. She needs my help.
What is my part in all of this? I'll help if I can.
Aphrodite loves drama. She always has. She wants us here to... well, to remember. To celebrate our history. She'll ask you to use your power
Is
as
that how
part of the
Zeus died?
celebration.
They were
Could you
overwhelmed.
use it to inspire her?
Did not die?
I can't force anyone to do anything they don't want to, Eros.
That's not what I'm asking. I believe that deep down, she doesn't want to do this any longer.
After the production number
She
for
must
Aphrodite
see
will
it isn't
end.
working.
It's been an hour again.
She just needs the
Okay.
strength to try. Or I hope that's all she needs.
What if you're wrong?
What if you're wrong? Is there no
What if she
Eros
decides
route?
not to do this and
He
it
seems
keeps
nice.
getting worse?
Then I'll be with her
Seems like a good guy.
to help her reach the other side.
If she can.
Yeah. If she can.
Okay.
It's a lot to ask. I'll understand if you can't. All I want, one way or another, is to get through tonight.
Who's the successor? Talk to Apollo. Hopefully this isn't as long. We'll do the Aphrodite part in the next one, I think. He's over here. Where was Eris? Somewhere here. Eris is... oh, there. Okay.
I know all these people, Grace. For as long as I can remember, I've known them. Yet sometimes I feel like I don't know any of them at all. Or they me.
You don't seem comfortable.
You don't enjoy these family gatherings, do you?
Are they family gatherings? Like the sort mortals have?
You call each other sister and brother and mother.
Well, yes, but...
And you've been together like 100 times longer than I lived with my family. All you're missing is a drunk uncle everyone has to apologize for.
That would be Pan. But yes, I feel very much out of place.
How adorably awkward of you.
You look like you're in physical
That's not
pain
something I
just
would say.
being here.
Physical pain.
Enjoying my discomfort, are you?
Of course, it humanizes you. Makes up for all the
That
abs
was me.
on display.
That wasn't you. I think that's an email.
I'm so glad
notification.
you approve.
Eros wants this to stop.
I spoke to Eros. He's pretty broken up over all this.
Oh, poor Eros. Each new successor, his hopes rise up once more. And then he watches the new Aphrodite crumble. Piece by piece. Only to start all over again. It's so different from the olden days. Once he was the eternal disaster, and Aphrodite kept constant vigil over him.
Maybe he feels like he owes her.
I think he's followed her into a dark void, and somewhere, deep down, believes he deserves no better.
I should get back out there.
Okay. Actually, no. Let's go. Let's go for it. Let's do it. The drama. I bring drama, mama. Wow. Oh yeah, she was there, I think.
My family. Having you all here,
Am I gaslighting
gathered
myself?
once again to see
Was
me
there in
off,
our meeting,
it
right?
moves me. More than I can say. My loves. My darlings, my dearest friends.
Oh, her eyes.
And you. Oh, my dear sweet thing. I dare not hope that you, with all your troubles, might sing me to my sleep. Yet here you are. Yet here she is.
Is that the successor? Nice to meet you again. You could have invited me.
All you needed to do was ask.
I meant no slight, dear one. I only wanted to relieve you of the burden of expectation considering the task you've been given. But you're here now. Oh, it's so sad what happened to Calliope. Please say you'll forgive my oversight.
Is this Grace, my lady? The new muse?
Oh, what
Venus.
manners I have. Grace, Grace, meet the lovely mortal woman who shall tonight become the new me.
She has a rose
Hi, my name's
tattoo.
Venus. And yes, it really is Venus. Nice to meet you, Grace.
Wow, what a coincidence. You were chosen?
Hi. I have to admit, it'll be weird watching this happen the proper way.
Because I'm chosen?
Yeah, I wasn't. Not like this, anyhow.
Yeah. Lady Aphrodite
Her nose ring
told
matches her
me.
hair, how nice.
I'm so sorry. That sounds awful.
There will be so much time for you lovelies to speak later. Now, we must prepare for my departure.
Oh no, should we? Oh god, I really need your help first.
Are you sure we can't talk first? I really need your help, Aphrodite.
I know you
Before you
do, my
go.
dear. I wish I could be there for you, but I'm afraid my time is up. But since you've shown such kindness in coming, I will ask Eros to make himself available to
Oh
you
no,
afterwards.
not poor
There's
Eros.
nothing I know that he does not. He is my son,
Okay.
my truest friend, my
But
longest love.
He has so much on
Won't
his
he be-
plate already.
A little distracted?
Eros has been through this before, Grace. He knows what must be done.
I'm sorry this happened.
I just want to say, I'm really sorry that this happened to you, that you need to do this.
She hugged me. Oh my god.
A babe in our dreary world, and yet already possessed of
Aw.
such earnest purpose.
Eros is so like her. Oh, how cute.
She takes this task seriously, Aphrodite.
Apollo! Oh, you've come after all.
You look remarkably well, cousin.
Cousin.
I've had a great
They're
deal
siblings.
of time to prepare. I assure you that would not
They
be
have the same father.
case. As for you, Grace, have you gathered the true purpose of tonight's
Aphrodite
gathering?
was born out of a clamshell, right? A clam. She just rose from the sea, out of sea foam. To forget? I don't know. An excuse to forget.
To ease your suffering? To forget about what happened?
An escape into the soothing blackness. To swim in Lethean waters, at least for a time.
Does it help?
I don't know. Each Aphrodite before me begged for mercy. This is all I can do for all of us. Even so, tonight is not about the pain.
Was she the only one captured?
It
I
is about
wonder.
honoring the memory of what
We
was
need more
while that memory still persists.
information about where the other gods are.
Go! Enjoy the gathering, Grace!
Zeus,
Tell me when
the
you're ready
biggest
to
god.
begin.
And then Hephaestus. I wonder if he'll like resurface here. Okay, begin the ritual. Oh, we can talk to them. Talk to Venus.
I should apologize, Grace. Saying that I was chosen like I'm somehow more special, I really didn't mean it that way. I hope you can...
Oh,
I'm sorry.
oh no, I don't think she
It
said
looks
it.
like I'll be doing that a lot. Lady Aphrodite
Grace
said
was
I'm ready,
offended.
but
It was a fact.
I don't know.
You can't be ready
Being
for
a
this.
god isn't something you can really be ready for.
I mean, you are not gods, though. Are you? Not really.
You don't think so?
To me, you all just seem like people. Special people, sure, but flawed and lost.
Yeah,
like
very
the rest of us.
traumatized.
If I can ask, what does it feel like after it happens? Do you feel different?
It happened so
I'm
fast.
not sure. It happened so fast, I didn't know what to think.
I hope she doesn't.
Calliope died, and then
I hope she
All
doesn't
this happened.
suffer after this.
You didn't remember anything
Because if the
about
pattern
her?
continues,
was?
she would want to die eventually.
She was just gone?
yeah. Isn't that the point of all this?
I just wanted to be sure.
sometimes it doesn't seem like it could be real.
How do you know Aphrodite?
How do you know Aphrodite exactly?
So I was working at this homeless shelter, right? A couple of years ago, and she came in with one of the older residents. And she was there in this, like, amazing dress. And she's sitting with this guy and really listening to him. Like, they were old friends or something. I just thought, what is someone like her doing in a place like this? So, I just went over and introduced myself.
That's it?
Big mistake.
Just like that.
Yeah. She came back to the shelter a few times, but by then, I guess she'd taken an interest in me instead.
You okay with all this?
Are you really okay with all this? You know what's gonna happen, right?
I saw a lot of people in crisis at the shelter. I knew something was wrong with Lady Aphrodite. She's in so much pain, Grace. She won't let you see how much. Eros called me one night desperate. She wouldn't stop screaming. She didn't know where she was. She's a good person, Grace. A good soul. She deserves mercy.
You know what you're signing up for.
I get that you want to help Aphrodite, but do you really want to be her? To be an idol?
At first I thought, wow, this is too good to be true. Who wouldn't want to be a god? Later I realized they're not all powerful. They don't know everything. They're lost. Do I want to be that? Will I be that when the memories return? I don't know.
So why go through with it?
Because Lady Aphrodite needs me. Maybe, just maybe, if I'm added into the mix of all the people she's been, maybe things will be different.
I hope there's like a dialogue log. Tato poem.
Back again.
Aphrodite won't help me.
I don't think I'll have a chance to talk to Aphrodite. Not before, you know.
I was hoping she might have spared a moment.
What should I do?
You have two choices, Grace. Either you do as she asks and sing her to her rest,
At which point Venus won't have Aphrodite's memories yet.
or you somehow convince her to remain with us and hope she's grateful.
Uh-oh.
And doesn't regret it. Or get angry at me for ruining her party.
Do what you feel is right. It's a risk either way.
What do we know? Have you met Venus?
Have you spoken with Venus? She seems really...
Nice, earnest, a genuinely good person.
Yeah, I suppose.
Are those all the Aphrodite
It's not an
successors?
accident. Ever since the war, Aphrodite
That's
has
so
sought out
sad.
the kindest, the most innocent souls to be her successors.
That's actually quite sad.
She chooses them because she believes that over time,
But then
it might make her a
they
better
break.
person. A more worthy person.
Wouldn't it be better if she chose people who were, I don't know, more resilient?
I suppose that depends on your definition of strength, Grace.
I should get back out there.
Okay, let's go. Let's try. I love her gown, evening dress, whatever you call it.
I have tried so hard,
The night.
fought
Stars.
for so long. But in the end, I must bid you all farewell once again. But before I go, I would like us all to remember the sacrifices that brought us here, to this strange new world. This time, it is with the help of our lovely muse that we shall be guided.
If I know you'd have dressed better. Oh. Avatar state.
We let them rise. We let it happen. We waited far too long.
So low.
We thought we shouldn't intervene. We were wrong. We were wrong. Since the beginning we were hidden. We held court from up
The
above.
only people here that matters.
'Twas the golden age
Matter.
of reason, and I the queen of love. But a plague of hate was spreading, and there were vultures standing by. Before we fell
Where is
to our
Aris?
knees
He's dead, right?
begging,
He's not
we
here.
fell from the sky. We let them rise, we let it happen. We waited far too long. We thought we shouldn't intervene. We were wrong. We were wrong. We sought shelter from the shadows, but were soon ripped from the dark. Those mortal souls that ended us were jealous from the start.
Not justifying anything, but
They
the gods
hunted me for
were really cruel back in the day.
to fuel their
Maybe not Aphrodite.
psychopathic
Yeah, not her.
And once they fell before me and worshipped all I was, they chased me down and threw me in a cage, held me prisoner for so long. I thought I'd win their hearts again. I was wrong.
We're still thinking, right? We're not gonna sing
Oh, the power of the idols pounds within your chest. But for now I am in
the colors usually change
mourning
depending on your
for a love gone unexpressed. He
Hephaestus.
was harder than the chisel. I was a horrid block of ice. A winter's chill that stayed until he made his sacrifice. The man that I ignored saved me when I fell. Yes, the husband I abhorred rescued me from hell.
So sad. I hope Hephaestus is still alive.
I thought it was a joke when it was said to me. He struck a deal with our enemy's enemy, made a secret weapon so my captors let me go.
It was the nukes. He made the
He
nukes.
gave up his freedom, leaving just a memory.
Oh my god, this is so. What the hell?
Love I'll never know is what he gave to me.
The red choice is so insensitive. I can't bring myself to even do that route. But I wonder. I'm just curious how it will turn out.
I can't believe what I'm hearing today. If your story stops there, I've nothing to say. I can't imagine. I feel like a child who grew up too fast. The goddess of love can't get past the past. What good is a flame when everything's ash? I can't imagine.
There's no excuse, but mortals can tell.
You know.
There's no sweet release, it's ongoing.
I don't see how we can talk her out of it. She's been doing this for a long time.
Everyone's here to bid me farewell. Can you imagine?
I can imagine.
This really happened. I can't forgive the river's too deep. Its reflection won't lie, so just let me sleep. I can't let go of what could have been.
Lost in a moment, lost in a song. Lost in a moment, lost in a song, lost in a moment.
Mother, I've stood by your side, now I no longer see.
If anyone can convince her, it should be Eros.
Purpose of love when it tears at the center of me. My arrows are rusty, forget the bow. And I won't be begging you not to go. But when you're away, you leave us a broken home. And you leave me alone, lost in a moment, lost in a song, lost in a moment, lost in a song.
Oh my god. What does that mean? What did I choose?
Lost in a moment. So much suffering here. Our queen deserves mercy, that much is clear. And in the blink of an eye, lost in a moment.
Oh my god, did I just encourage her? Holy shit.
Lost in a moment, lost in a song. Lost in a moment, lost in a moment, lost in a
We have stopped it, actually. Wait, you're telling me we could have stopped that? That's crazy. Where's her body?
Are you...
I'm fine. I'm still myself. I thought there'd be something more, that I feel her presence, but she's just gone.
She'll be back. But she'll also be you. She'll be different.
Wait. Could I have changed that if I didn't choose the green? Hang on. Uh. Okay, so I think no, we could have if we chose the red ones. Oh, but it was so insensitive. I didn't want to choose that. No. Okay, fine. Well, in another playthrough,
I'll try
if
to
I
be
have
ready.
time.
I promise.
You'll get through this.
You'll get through this, both of you. Healing takes time.
Not if you keep resetting the clock.
Grace is right. I'm not Lady Aphrodite. But eventually, she and I will be one. Together, we will get through this.
I hope
She's
you're
your
right.
new mother.
Before we go, Aphrodite told me you wanted her help.
Oh yeah,
To learn
Aphrodite
about
said
Calliope's death?
that he knows everything.
I'm not my mother, but maybe there's something I can tell you. Do you have any suspects yet?
Someone at the reliquary.
Calliope was at the reliquary when she was attacked, but I only know of 3 people who were there.
And you're sure none of them are responsible, Grace?
I thought maybe Medusa, but I've spoken to her and I think it's someone else.
It could really be Athena. I swear to God, it could be Athena.
Calliope came to see Aphrodite and I that night. She was agitated, frightened even, but she wouldn't explain why. She said she had a plan. That must have been the reliquary.
What kind of plan?
A plan? A plan for what? What could she find at the reliquary that would help her?
Maybe she wanted a weapon. Something to defend herself with. If only we'd known she was going to the reliquary. How on earth did she even get in?
She used the key, the one Pan gave her.
Pan?
When Calliope arrived, she dropped it.
How'd she know?
Then she laughed and said she'd better not lose it because Pan won't give me another key to the reliquary. I didn't know it was important.
Well, there's your help, Grace. I certainly don't know more than that. Come now, Venus. It's been a long night. I'll get you home.
Thank you for everything, Grace. Truly. It was a wonderful song.
Okay, apparently we can change outcomes, but not that much. Just a little bit. Like, who's alive, I guess.
So, did they have anything
Everyone's
helpful?
gone. It makes no sense.
It just doesn't make sense. Pan sent me to the reliquary. If he's involved, why would he do that?
Well, maybe he was hoping you could prove his innocence if you found out what happened there.
Okay, sure.
I guess. Aren't you the one who first said he was probably guilty?
Worth investigating still. Are you all right, Grace? You seem troubled.
Aphrodite went through so much.
What Aphrodite went through, it's a lot.
Yeah, that's the funny thing about the life of an immortal. It never ends.
Wow. Way to really sell it, Apollo.
Okay, let's go back to
You
investigating.
really are amazing, you know?
Oh no.
Every hurdle,
Is this a talk?
every piece of unpleasant news, you just keep on going. I don't know how you do
Is
it.
this the point of no return? What do you mean?
Uh-huh. You going somewhere with this, Apollo?
I just wish I could see the world through your eyes. Next to you, I feel very
Yeah,
old.
I get it. If you're an immortal. You are old. Oh god, I almost clicked that. Let me show you what I see. I can't help you. Oh no, it is the point of no return. Is it that bad?
Is it really that bad? Being a literal god, young and hunky forever?
Okay.
No, it's not that. There are good things, yes, but they come with the not so good things as well.
Such as?
Never forgetting.
Such as having the gift of prophecy. And never being able to act on what you see.
So he knows stuff.
I tried and it only made things worse. So instead I tried to not want to try, and that's
Damned if you do, damned
still
if you
not
don't.
better.
Well, let me show you what I see.
How about you come with me sometime? Let me show you the world I see.
I can show you
A
the
tempting
world.
offer.
Sounds kind of corny, huh?
I don't want to see
It really doesn't. I would
I think that's from
love that.
Ryan. He does older videos.
Can we go now?
Hey, I'm game if you are.
Oh my god, another musical number. It's a whole new world number.
Down for a second.
It really is, though.
There's so much to like if you open your
It's so
eyes.
cheesy.
If you try to search for the light, you might be surprised. No, it's not hard to
This is trauma bonding.
find. The courage you need to be joyful is something you build over time. No matter what I do, the answer's in you. But I will be here for the ride.
Really so curious with the pan.
Yes, I will be here for the
He's so
ride.
involved in this. And of course, Persephone's
your
wrong.
hand for a minute. Oh, it's
so different
more
from
than I feel I deserve.
Different informants and stuff.
It could grow on me this world that you see. Yet I've been alive for too long. 1,000 years of learning about what could go wrong. I'm tired of being wrong.
If it all went wrong, and it could go wrong, still better to lose than to never.
Sorry, what happened
open
to the
up.
body?
That's the one thing I
Did they just
wanna
not show
get
it?
across. The courage you need to be joyful.
I'd appreciate the
It's something
campaign
I'll come help you find.
if I ever let her know.
No matter what I do, the answer's in
The
you.
answer's
But
in
I'll hold your hand all
me.
the while.
No Disney, but it's cute.
To be
Kinda. As
joyful.
cute as it can get for
It's something you
traumatizing
build over
God.
Time,
No matter what I do, the answer's in you. I will be here for the ride. Yes, I will be here for the
This is
ride.
crazy because it's Laura Bailey and Troy Baker, and they're also partners in Final Fantasy 13, I think. Okay, it's been an hour and a half. We got 2 song numbers this time, I think. Did we do Medusa in the first part? I actually don't remember, and if we did, that was 3, but at least 2 song numbers, so that's nice. Hopefully we're getting closer and closer to getting answers and not dying by the end of the in-game week. So yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye!